Good morning. I'm Monica and I'm at Open Heart Yoga Center on this beautiful day. Thank you so much for joining me live or later on. We're doing COVID yoga remotely. This is going to be a 45-minute class, more or less. And during our class, we aim to release stress, tension, anxiety in the body and the mind. Because anxiety or stress or fear lives everywhere, not just in your stressful thoughts, but all those stressful thoughts cause a lot of tension and imbalance in the body. We know that. So during these 45 minutes, we're going to release and relax so we can awaken more and more and more to the beauty and the awakeness, the aliveness of this moment, this omnipresent moment. So I invite you, good morning everyone, to get out your mat and find an easy pose. This is my easy pose. Yours might look different. Sit on a folded blanket or cushion, whatever you need to get yourself feeling the ease of this moment. Once you're there, close your eyes. Good. And bring your awareness inward to your breath. Little tune in. How am I feeling in this moment? And whatever you're feeling, you're healing, so we're honoring. Just being with whatever you're feeling or thinking. Just be with it in a loving way. Letting the breath get deeper. Breathing down to your belly. Exhale, belly towards your spine. A little squeeze to empty out your lungs completely. Isn't it beautiful to just be with yourself? Loving yourself. Take a moment. Appreciating your aliveness. Okay, so let's start to loosen up the neck. Always listening to your body. I'm imagining that I'm drawing a big circle with the tip of my nose, but you modify all of our movements and stretches so that they feel easeful for you. Inhale when the airway is open generally. Exhale when it closes. Keeping that back and spine nice and straight. Feeling each part of your neck and throat. Good. When the chin goes down, circle the other direction. Good. Do one more. Good. And then coming back to the center. Flutter your eyes open. Let's move the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. Starting to wake up the energy in the spine. Release tension. Getting some suppleness in the spine, in the shoulders. Stretching the backs of the shoulders when you lean back, chin to chest. Opening up that chest. Opening up the breath. When your head comes up. So when you exhale, you can try to make a little hissing sound in the back of your throat. Come to center, and we'll do this without the movement. This is called Ujjayi breath in Sanskrit. So you breathe in with your nose, and when you exhale, if you contract the back of your throat a little bit and make a hissing humming sound. So it takes a long time for you to exhale. So close your eyes and try this. It's very soothing. So it's taking much longer to breathe out than to breathe in. Keep on extending that Ujjayi exhale. Good. Hopefully you've got the hang of this. So keep on extending that Ujjayi exhale whilst we make some circles. So we're loosening up the spine laterally, the lower back, the hips. So it's a slow, deep breath in, and then contracting the back of your throat a little bit. So it takes a long time to exhale. And then go the other way. Good, let's do one more circle. Inhale, Ujjayi breath, exhale. And then when you come back to a seated position, uncross your legs and let's give them a little shake. Get circulation going in your legs. Good, and then point and flex your feet. Let's wake up the legs, the tops of your feet. Good, open up your toes really wide and then squish them together. Open your toes really wide and squish them together. Shake your legs again. Good, okay, we're gonna do some supine twists and core work and stretches. So if you stretch your legs out on the mat, bringing your hands to your heart, lift the back, drop the shoulders, chin to the chest, and we're going to roll down using the core. So taking your time, gripping a little bit with your legs, with your kneecaps to come down slowly. And then when you come all the way down, getting to the center of your mat, bringing your arms behind you, crossing the one thumb over the other thumb and stretch, point your toes. So you're doing a full body stretch. Feet, legs, back, and arms. Big stretch, and then release. Taking hold of your left wrist with your right hand, we're taking that left arm behind you and stretch out the left shoulder and waist. Big side stretch, and then release. And then swap arms. So take hold of your right wrist with your left hand and take that right arm back a little bit to the left and stretch. All the way to your toes, and then release. Interlace your fingers, twist your wrists, and push the palms away. So you feel a nice stretch in your wrists, in your fingers, armpits. Push the heels away, lift the rib cage. Nice breath in, and then bring your interlaced fingers, the webbing of your hands, underneath your head. Elbows up to the ceiling, chin to the chest. We're stretching the back of the neck. So hold it here. Gentle stretch for the back of the neck. Good. Now gently take your head to the left, like you're looking over your left shoulder, and then coming back to the center. Shoulder blades are flat on the mat, and then a gentle twist, taking your head to the right, nice and easy, and then back into the center, and then bringing your head down to the mat, and your arms either by your sides like this, or sitting on the backs of your hands, and we're going to do some leg lifts. So taking the right leg up, and then exhaling down. And then the left leg up. and exhaling down. So this is at your own pace. You can do ballerina feet, or you can do heels up, whichever. You can alternate. It's nice to stretch the feet in different ways. You can do like a Barbie doll foot with the ball of your foot facing up. Moving with your breath. Good. The next time your right leg goes up, we're going to take hold of the hamstring gently. Interlace your fingers. Give the right leg a little pulse. Very gentle. Little pulses towards you and away from you just to let the hamstring stretch. And then point and flex your right foot. Waking up your ankle, calf muscle, Achilles. And circle the ankle around. And the other way. Good, okay. So we're going to take that right knee to the chest. Give it a nice hug. And then let's make some circles with that right hip. So close your eyes and feel into your right hip. Easing out any stiffness here. Getting some nice blood supply in your hip. Circle the other way. Feeling nice and loving to yourself, very healing practice, all what we're doing. And then taking your right knee over to the right. So your hip is opening a little bit to the right, as much as that feels good to you. And then taking your index and your middle fingers around your big toe, the inside part of your big toe. And then taking the sole of your right foot up, left hand on your belly. Close your eyes and breathe, diaphragmatic breaths. So belly rises when you breathe in, belly drops towards the spine on the exhale. If you want to try Ujjayi breath again, you can, if that feels good to you. Good, and then release. Taking your right knee to your chest, and then we're going to move to a twist. So left hand is on your right knee, taking your knee to the left, hand to the right, right arm about shoulder height, and breathe long and deep into the first twist of today. Good, and then coming back into the center, making sure the head and the spine are in a nice line. And then when the right leg comes up, either doing those little movements again, or if you feel inclined to do a little curl to bring your forehead to your knee, or towards your knee, for a bit more stretch in the hamstring, and then taking your head down, using your core to take that right leg down. So extend out the right leg as it comes down. When the right leg comes down, let's make sure we're lined up. So feet and legs together, lift your head, look down your body, make sure you're straight, and then on an inhale, that left leg is coming up, interlacing your fingers, or using a strap if you have a strap, little movements to loosen up the hamstring. Good, then point and flex. Left foot. And then move the ankle in a circle. And the other way. So in our practice, we're releasing tension and stiffness from all the joints, hopefully, each class. And then taking your left knee to your chest. We're going to move the hip, like lubricating your hip. Nice intuitive circles with that left hip. And then circle the other way. And then we're moving the left knee out a little bit towards your left armpit. Taking hold of your big toe with your index and middle fingers, wrap your thumb around the outside of the big toe. So this is like a lizard lunge. Right hand on your belly, close your eyes and breathe into the belly. Bringing a little peace and calming into your nervous system with these long, deep, slow breaths. Or in other words, being present with yourself, with that aliveness. Good, and then we're going to release this stretch, giving yourself a nice loving hug. So left knee to the chest, and then we're moving to a spinal twist. So the left arm is out shoulder height as the knee goes to the right, head to the left, close your eyes. Focusing on that beautiful presence that's always on. That feeling sense of I am aware, or I am alive, or I'm aware that I'm aware. So yummy. And then coming back to the center. If you're inclined to do the splits, let's try it. If this is too difficult, take your right foot down up on the mat like this. Either way. So we're just giving that left hamstring a stretch. If it feels good, you can do a curl and bring your forehead to your knee. If it feels good. And then on an inhale, take your head down to the mat. And then using your core to take that left leg down all the way. When your left leg comes all the way down, let's bring both the knees to the chest. Give yourself a hug and rock from side to side. Okay, so this is like a dead bug. So your arms are up and your legs are up. It's a little shoulder stand variation. Feel your shoulders sinking into the mat and then lengthen the back of your neck. So if the chin is up towards the ceiling, gently bring it in a little bit. Breathing into the belly. Good. All right. So from here, we're going to bend the knees about 60 degrees, maybe a little bit more. And so we're going to work the core. You should feel your lower back flat on the mat. Taking the right leg up in the air. Take the right leg down using the quadriceps. The right leg is straight. The left arm is coming behind you. So left arm, right leg, and then inhale the arm and the leg up. And then bring the knees together. Left leg is coming up. Might not come up this high. Take the leg down and the right arm back. So balancing the hemispheres of the brain here a little bit. And then the knees are coming together. You can do this slower or faster. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. If you want to challenge your core a little bit more, then when you bring this leg down, you can hover it above the mat instead of touching, like this. Hopefully we're connecting to the center of the body. All those muscles that support the lower back, strengthening the quadriceps, the hips, all the muscles around your knees, getting stronger. So really useful exercise. Let's do one more on either side. So right leg, left arm. And then left leg, right arm. Good. When you're finished, bring your knees to your chest. Massaging your lower back. Good. Okay, take the knees together around in a circle. So both knees are going clockwise. So we're moving the sacroiliac joint. Massaging the low back and the abdomen, and then go the other way, counterclockwise, both knees together. Good, and then knees in opposite directions to each other. Loosen those hips one more time. And then the other way. Okay, we're going to do a moving bridge. So finding your feet on the mat, about a hip's width apart. Feel your heels so your toes are not out. And then on an inhale, we're going to press the lower back. To start, press the lower back into the mat so it goes flat. And then on an inhale, start to lift up to the bridge. Either arms halfway up like this or all the way if you like a little bit more stretch. Holding it for a breath or two, and then roll down your spine. Bringing the arms down. Same thing, you can do this faster or slower. So press the lower back into the mat and then gluing the four corners of your feet down with the hips, with the arms, till you've got enough of a nice bridge stretch, and then coming back down. Adjusting your feet as your back starts to warm up. So we're stretching the quads, the hip flexors, strengthening the lower back and the hamstrings, suppling the spine. Good, and then coming all the way down. When you come all the way down, take the knees back to the chest, and let's rock from side to side. Massage the muscles on either side of your spine. Good. And then coming up to sitting, you can give a little kick and come up to sitting. Good. When you come all the way up to sitting, soles of the feet together. Butterfly pose. Good. Now close your eyes and connect to the moment. So in yoga, we're generally bringing our awareness into the body, hips, spine, and letting the judgmental mind kind of fade to the background. We really don't need to listen to it right now. So you're adjusting your poses more intuitively than from a judgmental place, like I'm not doing this right, or I'm not enough, or something like that. Rather, making little adjustments as your body's telling you to, listening to your inner body, your inner wisdom. Okay, little forward bend. So the back is rounded, forehead towards your toes, and let your shoulders relax, heads relaxed. Good, and then roll up one vertebra at a time. Great, okay, let's come to hands and knees. So, hands and knees. We're going to do a figure of 8. So bringing the hands a little bit forward. I've got my toes tucked under. Yours can be flat or tucked under like me. If, as you're doing this figure of 8, this is too much for your wrists, then use bricks like this. Okay, so we're doing a little figure of 8, either on the bricks or with your hands flat. This is intuitive, moving the spine laterally, moving the hips around, moving your spine like a cat. And then figure of 8 it the other way. Feeling into your rib cage, hips, and spine. Good. Coming to a child's pose extended. Long, deep breath. Good. All right, so looking at your fingers, middle fingers facing forward, we're going to downward facing dog. So splay out your fingers and try to connect your fingers to the mat. Walk out your dog. Good. Okay, so inhale. Come up on your tippy toes. Lift your sitting bones. Let's stretch the toes. Exhale, heels towards the mat. Push the floor away from you. Lift again in the sit bones. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale, heels. Inhale, tiptoes. Exhale, heels. Good. All right, coming back to hands and knees. Hands under your shoulders. Let's do some cat and cow. Inhale and exhale in your cat and cow. And then walking your hands a little bit forward, dipping chest and chin to the mat and rolling up to cobra, first cobra of today. So you're either in cobra or you're in the Sphinx with your elbows down, depending on what your lower back is asking you to do today. All right, giving a little push back to downward facing dog. And then once you find downward dog, walk your feet in about halfway to your hands, and then walk your hands to your feet. Hold your elbows and sway a little bit from side to side. Good, okay. Bend your knees, rolling up like a rag doll. And then when you come all the way up, let's take the arms overhead and stretch, crossing the thumbs or a little back bend. And then hands to your heart. Great, okay. So bring your feet about a hip's width apart and let's do like a hula hoop for the hips. So feeling the ball and socket joint of your hips. One way and then the other way. Good, okay, so bend your knees. We're gonna take a little hop. Good, this is an easy triangle. Taking your right toes out and then arms out in triangle, little movements of the spine and of the hips. And then taking your left hand down. This is a reversed triangle. So feeling the stretch in your right side as you look up. Good, and then back to center. Stretch over your right leg. This is our first triangle, one of the foundational poses in yoga. Because it's good for so many things. All right, on the inhale, engage your obliques, the sides of your body coming all the way up. Turn your body to face your right leg. We're going to do a little twist. So if this twist is too much, you can step your left foot in to be not so wide in your triangle pose. Left hand's coming down, or you're using your brick here. And then right hand's coming up in a nice twist. For more advanced students, you take the left hand to the outside of your right foot. Good, now we're going to change hands and come back to triangle. So, opening up to a triangle, you might be a little bit further down, or you may still be using your brick here. Either way. And then inhale, coming all the way up. Good, all right. Let's rest a little bit. Bring your feet facing forward, making your legs maybe a little bit wider if you'd like. Hinge from your waist coming forward and down. Holding your elbows and hanging. Lift the sit bones, hold on with your big toes. Good, now taking your elbows towards me, so bring your elbows straight ahead till you feel your back straight. Use your core and your breath to come all the way up. Nice, all right, so you unclasp your elbows, taking your arms out like in a V shape, little tiny back bend, and then hands to your heart. Good, all right, so we're gonna do triangle the other way. So adjust your feet so your triangle is comfortable, not too wide. And then we're gonna make these little movements. Reaching behind you, reaching over your left leg. Reaching behind you to the right, and then over your left leg. Good, then reversing the triangle so the left arm is coming up and looking at it till you feel a nice stretch in the left side. Good, and then coming back to the center, reach over the left leg, the extended leg, right arm's coming up. core to come all the way up, and then we're doing the twist. So turning your body to the left, adjust your right foot in if you need to. Kind of walk it in a little bit. So the right hand is coming down or using a brick, left hand's coming up, or the right hand going to the outside of your left foot for more twists. Okay, then change hands. So we're going back up to triangle. You might be a little bit further down. And then on an inhale, coming all the way up. Okay, relax your arms down. Bring your feet forward again. Big toes in a little bit. Interlace your fingers behind you. Let's give the shoulders a little squeeze. Soften your knees for the back bend. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Hands over your head. Prasarita, wide angle forward bend. Good, make sure you're not hanging out in the heels. So you feel the four corners of your feet. Lift the sit bones. Okay, so bringing your hands down to the mat, let's walk to the low lunge. So we're walking over to the right until you come to a lunge. I'm going to take the left knee down, but you can keep it straight if it's more comfortable. So getting a nice stretch in the left hip. This is a low lunge. Remember, you can use your bricks, and we can take the bricks with us if we want. So we're going to go from here to Prasarita, lunge the other way. So if I've got bricks, I can just do like this, back to Prasarita, walk with my bricks, or with your hands, and then walk to the other direction. You're going to turn your feet the other way, take your right knee down, so you let that right hip stretch. Nice, okay, downward facing dog. Let's walk it out. And then knees, chest, chin to cobra, our Ashtangasana, the little dip. Very suppling for the spine. Good, all right, coming back to child's pose extended. Take a few long, deep breaths. Good, and then rolling up one vertebra at a time. Nice, okay, so sitting on your heels, bring your fingertips to your shoulders. Let's roll those shoulders back. One way, and then the other way. And then coming up onto your knees. So we can do the camel or Ustrasana. So taking your toes under like this, hands on your sacrum, without your hips going behind your knees like that. Bring your elbows in, opening up the throat. If this is too easy, you can do a little back stroke to find your heel with one arm and then the other arm, or just keep your hands where they are. Okay, anchor your hands back onto your waist, and we're going back to downward facing dog. So finding your middle fingers facing forward, splay out your hands and your fingers, walk out your dog a little bit. Good, and then coming to child's pose. Let's give that lower back one more nice stretch out in child's pose. And then come up to hands and knees. Okay, so let's do a hip stretch from hands to knees. So take your right hip in a circle. We're going to just move it around. And then taking your left hand over a little bit to the left. So I'm going to try to take hold of the right foot with the right hand. So I'm stacking the right hip on top of the left hip. Right foot's away until you feel a nice stretch in the hip and the quadricep. Plus it's a balance. If it's easy, you can look up. Challenge your balance. let's release and do the other side. So take your left hip in a circle. And then I'm taking the right hand a little bit over to the right, opening that left hip. So it's on top of the right hip, taking hold of the left foot. Looking up if you want to challenge your balance. Good, and then release. All right, let's go back to downward facing dog one more time. Walk it out. And then knees, chest, chin to cobra. Little dip. Coming to a cobra. Nice. Okay, so release down to lying on your belly. And we'll do a cobra variation to strengthen the lower back and the shoulders. So interlacing your fingers behind you. On an inhale, leading with your nose. We're coming up to cobra. And then if it's comfortable, lift your arms up a little bit. And then coming back down. On an inhale, lift up to cobra. Coming back down. One more time. Inhale to lift. Exhale down. And then hands under your shoulders, leading with your nose. Lifting, this time we're using the arms in cobra, and then pushing back to child's pose to stretch the lower back. Good, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Good, all right. Once you come up to sitting, let's shake out the legs again. And we're going to do a forward bend. So bring your legs together, find your sit bones, give them a little shake. And then inhale, take the arms overhead. Exhale, forward and down. You might need a strap here. And breathe long and deep. Okay, so reaching over your legs, coming all the way up. Look up, stretch up. We're going to go to the fish pose. So this is going to be our last pose of today. So sitting on the backs of your hands, so you feel your sit bones on the top of your hands. Elbows come down and then lift the chest and drop your head back. Gliding your sitting bones over your hands. And then scoot one arm under you, like this. And then lean the other way, kind of lean to one side, scoot the other arm under you so you can put more body weight into your elbows. And breathe long and deep. One of the best poses for tension in your shoulders and in your upper spine. One of the best poses for deep breathing. Okay, when you've had enough, you're going to lie back down on the mat and then bring the knees to the chest, how we did before. Giving yourself a nice loving hug. Rock from side to side. Good. And then finding a Shavasana or any relaxation pose that feels good. You might want to height under your knees. And once you have Shavasana, We're going to slowly roll the head. So exhale, when your head rolls to the side, inhale to the center. Exhale, roll the head to the side, inhale, center. And let this be a nice massage for your neck and your skull and your face, your jaw. Just keep on rolling from side to side in slow motion. And then resting your head in the center with your eyes closed. And I'm going to hold the space for you while you relax. So you're in Shavasana, or the corpse pose, with your eyes closed, and focus on your breath. And take 3 of your deepest breaths. In from your nose, and then out like a ha. In from your nose. One more time. Good. And then taking your awareness down into your legs and your feet, and feel the aliveness there and let them relax. Feeling into your hips and your pelvis. Feel that energy. And relax. Take awareness to your spine and your back. Being present. Some love to your spine and back. Relax. Feel your shoulder blades sticking down into the mat. Let them relax. Relax the arms and hands and fingers. Feel your inner body and your fingertips. Soften your belly. Relax. Bring awareness back to your breath. With every exhalation, becoming more deeply relaxed. Relax the throat and the face. And now feel from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, the whole body is relaxed. Visualizing yourself surrounded by love and light. As if all your cells and tissues and organs and your quantum bodies are bathed in love and light, approval. Feeling the love of this moment, just as it is, just as you are. Amen. Good. Now take a nice deep breath in. Connecting to the aliveness of your body. Gently start to move fingers and toes, hands and feet. Any stretches that feel good to you. And then rolling over to a fetal pose and coming up to sitting. So we're sitting in easy pose. And then once you find your easy pose, close your eyes and find that ease of being. It's always on. Effortless ease of being. And I thank you so much for joining me. Having a beautiful day. I hope all of you will see you again next time at Open Heart Yoga Center. Namaste.